Music theory with Top Jimmy. Supercharge your performance. This is for any age musician that wants to learn to read and write music. Refresh and review what they know. Add to their understanding and knowledge base, improving their composing skills. Remember to subscribe, like, and share. Welcome to Music Theory with Top Jimmy. When I grew up and went to school, I found it was hard to find a good understanding of music. Now, music programs have been slashed and cut many times over, so I'm trying to do my part and share what I've learned since then. These free music theory lessons are not meant to replace any other lessons you do, but are just to be a study aid intended to expand your understanding and open your mind to the language of music. I know we all live in a busy world now, so I'm going to keep each lesson to 10 minutes long. Plus, it's been proven that you remember the first and last 5 minutes of what you study the best, so 10-minute lessons should be perfect. Parents, take note. Learning and playing a musical instrument is known to increase academic skills and testing in all areas. Let's get started. Music Theory with Top Jimmy, Lesson 1. We're going to cover what is music, pitch and octave, the staff, ledger lines, clefs, treble clef, bass clef, and the C clef. What is music? Music is an art form or a science of harmonic sound. Music is made up of pitch that governs melody and harmony, rhythm over tempo, meter, and articulation. Dynamics is kind of the loudness and the softness of your music, and the sonic qualities of timbre and texture, sometimes termed the color of musical sound. Since pitch governs melody and harmony, we need to be able to write them down or notate them. Over time, we have developed a language which is what you're learning or reviewing now. Pitch is the relative highness or lowness of a sound. It is related to the frequency of the sound being made. The higher the pitch, the higher the frequency. And the lower the pitch, the lower the frequency of the sound being made. In order to notate the pitch of a sound, we had to assign names to them. Individual pitches are named using the first 7 letters in the English alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. The sequence can be extended by repeating the same letters like this. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, etc. Ascending pitches move forward in the alphabet, and descending pitches move backwards through the alphabet. Take note. Every 8th pitch or note in the sequence has the same letter. The relationship between these two pitches is called an octave. The staff is a series of 5 lines and 4 spaces used to notate and write music down. Notes can be placed on the lines and spaces, including the spaces directly above and below the staff. Take note. The notes that appear higher on the staff are higher in pitch, and those that appear lower on the staff are lower in pitch. Here we have the lines. Oh, we'll back up a little. The lines and the spaces of the staff numbered from the bottom up. So we have the 5 lines of our staff here, and they're numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, going from the bottom up. And we have our spaces on the inside of our staff numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, going from the bottom up. If notes beyond the range of the 5 lines are required, ledger lines are added above or below the staff, allowing higher or lower notes to be written. Ledger lines should not extend beyond the pitch or you are writing. In other words, here we have ledger lines for notes that are written up higher, and they're done right. And over here we have the ledger lines extending past the note that's being written, and that's not right. That's not done right. So you don't want the ledger line to extend past the note that you're writing. Clefs. All the notes on the staff are in order, so if you know one note, you can figure out all the other notes. The one reference note or pitch is identified by the clef symbol. There are 3 standard clefs symbols used in music, each representing a different pitch. The treble clef, G clef, also called that. It's called that because it circles right around the G note in the clef itself, so sometimes nicknamed the G clef. But the treble clef indicates that second line on the staff is G. Not just only any G, but specifically the G above middle C. Middle C is the C nearest the center of the piano. The violin, flute, oboe, clarinet, saxophone, trumpet, French horn, guitar, female voices, and tenor voice use the treble clef as their primary clef. Note: guitar and tenor voice pitches sound an octave lower than written. This is sometimes indicated by a small 8 below the clef symbol. Here, up here on the board, I've drawn a small 8 underneath the treble clef symbol here. This is a middle C here. The bass clef, F clef, indicates that the 4th line on the staff is F. Not just any F, but specifically the F below middle C. The bass clef is intended to resemble an F, and its 2 dots actually surround the 4th line. That 4th line here being the F note on the bass clef. Here I've drawn the bass clef the best I can. I think that's why they call music art, because some of these symbols take a little bit of talent to try to draw. It's a good idea to try to get some paper and practice this stuff on your own, if you want to write on these different clefs anyway. Finally, the C clef. The bass clef is primarily clef used for bass, bassoon, cello, trombone, tuba, and bass voice. In the case of the bass, pitches sound an octave lower than written. The C clef is a movable clef, and it can be placed any line of the staff. No matter where it occurs on the staff, the line running through the center of the clef symbol is middle C. The alto clef and the tenor clef most commonly use the C clef. The alto clef is the standard clef used for viola. The tenor clef, it's sometimes used for the cello and bassoon and trombone when they are in their upper ranges. And here you've got some examples of the alto clef, and this would be where the center goes through the clef, and that's middle C. Over here, the tenor clef, it's up 1, so the center goes through this line here, that's middle C, and all the notes are subsequently in order of that. I want to thank you for choosing to learn music theory with Top Jimmy. If you have any questions on what I covered, or if you want to add something, leave them in the comments and I'll try to answer them. Please remember to keep it clean though, because this is a G-rated music theory lesson for any age. These music theory lessons are free and will stay free. I do plan to monetize when I have enough base views needed, but that doesn't make much. For that reason, I'm going to try to add a donation button, and if you feel you want to support this kind of programming, you can. Thank you in advance if you decide to support this channel. Remember, you can also show your support when you subscribe, like, and share. Thanks again, and have a great rest of your day or evening.